Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video looking at the social construction of the body, health and illness. One of the key issues in examining health is the extent to which the body, health and illness can be socially constructed. For sociologists, this question underpins the impact of social factors on how we perceive our bodies, our health, and how we perceive illness, and how these three seemingly biological ideas differ from society to society. First of all, we need to examine how the body can be seen as a social construction. It may seem strange to consider how our bodies are shaped by society, particularly given the body is essentially a biological entity. But from one society to the next, even from one person to the next, what we perceive as the ideal body is down to subjective interpretation. What influences our perception of how our body looks and feels is based upon the way in which we are socialized by different social institutions, such as our family, the media, education, religion, and even the healthcare system. Our body is part of our identity, perhaps the most obvious physical manifestation of who we are, and this can be transformed based upon the social norms and values of the society we live in. For example, individuals may change their appearance to match cultural norms and values. For example, the way we style our hair, the makeup we wear, or lightening or darkening of our skin tone. For example, in India and some Arabic countries, women actively look to lighten their skin tone, a practice that can be traced back to being not from a manual labour background, as far back as Elizabethan England. We also look to transform our bodies through exercise. And this is particularly relevant in contemporary society, as people spend more and more time exercising, not only for their health, but also to gain bodily capital, that is, status for the way that they look. Further examples of how bodies can be transformed is with cosmetic surgery, to try and obtain features that are perceived to be attractive in our society. Collagen lip implants, breast implants, fat reduction procedures, and reconstructive surgeries. Finally, the body can be seen as a canvas, with increased numbers of people displaying aspects of their identity through tattoos and piercings. All of these can be perceived to be influenced by social factors and how we look to present ourselves to others in society. We also need to consider how health can be a social construct. Definition of what health is and what it looks like and how it feels differ based upon our own social characteristics. Younger people may feel healthy if they're full of energy, feel confident and positive, whilst older generations might consider health as merely being the ability to function normally or the absence of pain. This is a common perception of what health is, an absence of illness, injury or disease, but our definitions of health may differ. Feeling healthy can be a state of mind as well as how we perceive our bodies, and this depends upon our own cultural backgrounds and how this is shaped by the opinions of others. There are different definitions of health. Biomedical models define health as an absence of illness or injury, but this definition is quite narrow. If we are unhappy yet physically well, are we healthy? How might the impact of our environment impact on our ability to feel healthy? If we are physically healthy but isolated from friends and loved ones, are we really healthy? The World Health Organization has a more holistic view of health, defining it as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This definition differs vastly from that put forward by the biomedical models of health. Being content in our work, our relationships, with our place in society, these can all impact on our overall health, and this is how we can see beyond biological definitions of health to examine the social impacts. Our well-being is based upon many factors, including our social experiences. Can individuals feel healthy if they are subject to discrimination based upon the grounds of class, gender, ethnicity, or age? Finally, we look at the social construction of illness and how we define illness. Illness has a very broad definition that encompasses mental and physical health and can be perceived as anything that impacts on the long-term well-being of an individual. Of course, what one person perceives as an illness, others might not. A mild complaint such as a headache or aching limbs may not be perceived as an illness by one person, yet for somebody else it will be. As with other socially constructed elements of society, our class, gender, ethnicity, and age will all impact on how we define illness. For example, a cold or a high temperature might mean we keep children off school, particularly when they're very young. But as adults, this may not stop us from going to work, particularly if we're dependent upon the wages we earn for that day. Other factors that might influence our perception of illness include our tolerance of pain. As we grow older, our bodies may become more accustomed to aches and pains that were not present in our youth, but this may not be perceived by us as an illness. Our level of responsibility for others too will impact on our perception of illness, with parents who look after children being less likely to be able to rest or perceive themselves to be ill if they are responsible for looking after their young children. Carers, those with precarious finances and work commitments such as big projects or inspections, will mean that we do not perceive ourselves to be unwell, when in fact we are not functioning to our full capacity due to illness. The influence of social factors on seemingly biological issues remains an area that sociologists are concerned with, and particularly how these external forces shape our understanding of our own health and the health of others. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on the social construction of the body, health and illness. Thanks for watching.